What's up, guys? Welcome back. Let's get our new year started off right. I know a lot of folks are looking to lose a couple pounds going into 2021, and I have exactly what you need: apple pie. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell and enable notifications as well. All right, enough running my mouth. It's time to get in the kitchen and make it happen. I got apples coming at me all different ways. You're gonna need 4 to 6 good sized apples. I like to use a sweet apple for this, so something like Honey Crisp like these are, or Fiji. Really whatever apples you like will work fine for this recipe. Depending on the size of the apples, you may need to use between 4 and 6 apples though. So just keep that in mind. Break out your peeler and peel the apples as you see me doing right here. I'm using the wife's method because she doesn't like the way I do it. So, happy wife, happy life. Looking good. If they're a little bruised up, no big deal. They probably bruised from me dropping them a couple times in the opening scene that you guys didn't see. Once you have all of your apples peeled nicely, we're gonna go ahead and begin slicing them off of the core. The key here is to make sure all of the apple slices are equal in size. That way they bake at the same rate. Nothing worse than biting into a piece of apple pie and you got some undercooked apples in there. Cut the apples nice and thin, and again, make sure they're all about the same size as you see me doing right here. Looking good. That's about what you're looking for. You can use a mandolin for this also, just protect your fingers. Those things are a little dangerous. All right, that's about 4 large Fiji apples. So again, if you're using smaller apples, you might need a couple extra. Now we're gonna go ahead and make our apple filling. So we're going in with a 1/4 cup of melted butter, brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, about a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, followed by 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, some cinnamon, and of course, as always, guys, specific measurements and ingredients are provided for you in the description box below, so make sure you check that out. Little secret ingredient, 1 ounce of Grand Marnier. Don't forget to take your chef's cut. There we go. Nice and refreshing. Now get in there with your whisk and mix that together. This is what we're gonna toss our apples in before we make our pie. Looking good. You definitely wanna taste as you go, as always. Adjust the flavor to your preference. If you want it extra sweet, you can add a little bit more sugar. If it's too sweet, you can add a little bit more flour. So just always taste as you go and adjust accordingly. Next, we're gonna add in our apples and toss them around in that delicious filling that we just made. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of cinnamon sugar just for color and a little bit of additional sweetness as well. Let's give that a taste, make sure it's right. Next, we're gonna make our crumble topping. So this is kind of like almost like a Dutch apple pie recipe here. We're going in with 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of oats, 1 cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, some cinnamon, some salt. Give that a nice mix. You can use your hands for this, or a rubber spatula like you see here. Once that's well incorporated, we're gonna go in with an ungodly amount of cold butter. This is exactly 12 tablespoons of cold butter. Now you may be sitting there thinking like, man, that's a lot of butter. That's because it is a lot of butter, but we're making apple pie. You should only have 1 slice of this. There we go, and just get in there with your hands until it forms like a crumble topping. Looking good. Now take a store-bought pie shell, fill it with your apple pie filling. Don't overfill it though, because you don't want it to leak over into your oven, and the sugar in there will burn quite a bit. So always put something under your pies when you're baking them, just in case. I'm gonna add a little bit more cinnamon just for some color. We're gonna cover it with that crumble topping that we just made. The butter is gonna melt in there beautifully. Gonna get nice and golden brown. This recipe is absolutely delicious, nice and simple. You can make this for any occasion. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees and we're gonna pop this pie in the oven for about 45 to 60 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. Now, one very important key here is to allow this to cool for a few hours, or preferably even overnight. As you can see in a minute, my money shot is a little messed up because I did not let it cool long enough, but hey, I'm a little impatient. What can I say? Looking good. Brace yourself for a trademark money shot, if we can count that as one. Not the prettiest slice of pie I've ever delivered on, but man, is it good. Gotta serve it up with some vanilla ice cream from Blue Bow. Not a sponsor, but they're delicious. You know I gotta try this. Moment of truth. Let's see how it is. Looking good. You can tell the apples are nice and tender. Oh man, that's a good pie. That, my friends, was a fork drop. I think that says it all. Make sure you give me a thumbs up on this video. Leave me a comment. Please hit the subscribe button. Happy New Year to everyone, and as always, thank you for your support.